Okay, in this video I'm going to explain a little bit more of how an outer range cycle works on the Brunswick Pinsetter. I'll show you in a minute up above how the clutch system works and the linkage and everything involved with the Pinsetter. What Brunswick came up with is there's no computers on the Brunswick Pinsetter, it's all mechanical. So it's pretty ingenious that somebody came up with this. So right now what you see is the 2 pins off spot. Here's the bottom of the deck with the holes that the pins have to fit through to be able to pick up. So it's kind of limited, but you'd have to have a pin slide pretty far off spot to actually have to do something like this. But it does happen. If you notice during bowling, every once in a while the machine has an outer range stop. So I'm going to go and turn it on so you can see it. So right now the deck is sitting on top of the pins as it can go no further. The weight of the deck is being held by that 1 pin right there. So what you do is you go up to the top, pull the holding hook or the outer range linkage on the back of the Pinsetter, and it'll tell the detector don't sweep the rake, and it'll keep the deck from coming back down first to second ball. It'll go up and then stay up, and then the rake will come up and clear. Okay, on the Pinsetter here there's a detector rod which tells the detector up here how far down the deck goes on first ball, and it has 1 of 3 levels that it goes to on first ball. This is the detector rod right there in the center. It looks like the little shock is mounted up and down there, and it's mounted to the deck lift shaft. So when the deck goes down on first ball, it goes to 1 of 3 levels, either an outer range level, standing pins level, or a strike level, and tells the detector that right at that precise moment it does 1 of 3 things. Either it'll say, hey, somebody just got a strike, go ahead, don't run the scissors, and go ahead and set a new set of pins. Or else if somebody left one, then it'll say, okay, operate the scissors, go from first ball, second ball, and put the pins back down for the second shot. Or in a rare case, an outer range where the pin slides too far off spot and it can't pick up the pins, and it'll send a signal to the clutch to stop the machine till you clear it from the back. Okay, there's 3 different levels that the Brunswick Pinsetter moving deck will come down to on first ball, which will tell the detector which 1 of 3 scenarios you have, either an outer range, standing pins, or strike cycle. This will be the outer range. It comes down to about 15 inches above the lane surface. Then you have the standing pin level, which is, on mine is about 10 1/4 inches. Then on a strike cycle, the deck comes down to about 9 inches off the lane. Okay, now I'm going to show you up here where the outer range linkage is. There's this little arm right here. Here's the linkage you pull when you have an outer range, and this little link that sticks out here hits this guy. This guy here, my finger's on, will go forward. There's that little tab that sticks out the side of the clutch arm right here. So when this guy goes forward, when it detects an outer range, it stops the clutch arm from going down and stops the Pinsetter in the cycle until you come back and pull the outer range hook. If you've ever seen that on the back of a Pinsetter, that's to clear an outer range, and you have to give it a firm tug. So here's this guy. I'm going to go ahead, I'm on first ball now, I'm going to cycle it, and you're going to see that little lever go forward, stop the clutch arm, and then the machine's just going to stop and wait till I come back here to pull the outer range hook. So here we go. Let me run it and you'll see it kick in and stop the clutch arm. So right now the machine's going down to pick up pins, but it can't pick them up, so it's part way down. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the outer range hook here if I can get a firm enough grip on it. And what that's going to do is pull back on that little lever right there. It's going to clear that lever, which is holding the clutch arm from going down. And it's also the deck holding hook right here. The detector will get a signal that I just pulled that outer range lever, and the deck holding hook will drop. So that way when the machine comes up, it won't go back down again and possibly knock pins over while you're trying to clear the outer range. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the hook, and we're going to watch everything happen here. There's that. The hook's dropped, keeps the machine from going back down. clutch is back to normal again, and we're up on second ball, ready to shoot your spare with the pins where you left them, instead of having to call for a respot. Alright, now I've already pulled the outer range hook on the back to set the pin setter back in motion again, so I'm going to turn it on and you'll see it clear the outer range system from the front here, as I explained up top a minute ago. Here we go. The rake doesn't sweep. Second ball, back up. Now it's clear for you to go ahead and shoot your spare. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense of how the Brunswick Pinsetter does an outer range cycle. And if you want to see anything else, just send me a message, any request, anything else, I'll be glad to try to do it for you.